I hope you all took a nice little break, and we'll just give it a minute while we get everybody on their cameras and their screens, because we have such a special guest tonight. I am so excited. I am so excited to introduce you all to Alexis Ren.
I'm trying to get this thing to work. Hi.
Sometimes the video camera just takes a minute to go on.
I want to touch it. I'm going to like screw it up.
Yeah. No, it's
so exciting.
I know. I'm so excited to finally get to introduce you to everybody and make a little bit of music tonight.
I'm wearing a shirt.
So if all of the chaperones could turn on their cameras, we definitely want to see faces, and just turn off your microphones unless you're speaking when it's your turn.
Yeah. Oh no, it froze. I really hope that our camera doesn't just, I hope it's not our reception that's doing that.
I see you, Alexis. I see you perfectly.
Beautiful. Okay, cool. We're like in an outside area, so I wasn't sure if it was going to be that good. Hi.
Are you still enjoying?
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's like, I don't even want to tell people how much fun I'm having, because I'm like, we're all in quarantine, and I just don't want to get to them. I'm like, but this is so fun. We have like a river right here that we jump in. So fun.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Well, you're not missing much. Today was kind of cloudy and hot in LA, and I'm pretty sure it snowed in Boston in May, where a lot of our other chaperones are.
I shouldn't laugh.
No, it's okay. I laugh at it too, because I came from the East Coast, so now I look back with definitely no regrets about my move to LA. So
yeah, I heard it's been really hot there, like ridiculously hot.
It has been. It got hot really quick too, which normally I wouldn't mind so much if we weren't all stuck inside still, but hopefully that'll get a little bit better with time. So.
Oh, I'm just gonna introduce you guys to Kevin.
I am so excited.
Hi, guys.
You know
Good
Kevin.
to see you.
So good to see you. I'm so excited how quickly this is coming to life.
I know.
I'm so happy. So Alexis and Kevin, we have our amazing chaperones on the screen. So these ladies have really been our kind of the magic behind all of this. They've been creating this amazing event for us, and they have been chaperones in the past years. And they're the brains behind it all. And we also have amazing girls that are logged on right now. So many, like 54, and I see the number growing. So we're so excited to get to meet you, Alexis. It's so good to see you, Kevin. And just so I can introduce Alexis a little bit more, Alexis has been an advocate for girls and their strengths, and she's also been using her voice for all of us, for us motherless daughters, and for girls around the globe, especially with some projects that she has going on right now, which we'll talk about in a moment. So Alexis, we are so grateful to have you. We are so proud of your song, and I can't wait to talk more about it. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Leah, because she's just going to announce a fun giveaway that we have for the girls on the call right now.
Hi, Alexis. I'm Leah. So before we get to know you a little bit better, we have another fun giveaway. Earlier, we learned about skincare, so we're going to pick someone out randomly who is attending this right now to win Alexis's favorite skincare mask, the Rose Gold Face Mask from Sonia Dakar. So we'll announce the winner later. So back to you, Anne-Marie.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So Alexis, I want to ask you some questions, because there's been so much amazing stuff that you guys have been doing, and I want to share that. And I want to share a little bit about your journey with the rest of the group, and I just kind of want to dive in. So tell us about your song and about why you created it, and just everything. How are you feeling right now? Because you just released this, and now you're sharing it with us. I'm overwhelmed right now. So tell me how you're feeling.
You're so cute. I remember when I first met you and you're like, I just woke up from a nap, but this is the best day ever. This is the best way to start the nap. And I laughed so hard.
I rolled right out of bed and I felt great as soon as we started.
Oh my gosh. Well, the song, I was in an interesting place when the song came to me. It didn't come as a song originally. I've been writing poetry for the last year and a half, just with the assumption that I wasn't a good enough singer. I didn't have the capacity to be able to create how musicians do and artists do. And I started writing all this poetry a year and a half ago, and I had a point, I think it was about 3 or 4 months ago, I was going through a tough breakup, and I was like, I need another avenue to put my shit somewhere, because that's what it is, right? It's poetry, you just put your crap, your emotional crap. And I was like, I need something more. And so my god sister, Allie, was like, I have this amazing musician, Kevin, he's a sweetheart. You guys should just play around. He can come over and you guys can play songs together. And I was like, okay. And we didn't really group up for a month, but within that month, I went through a breakup, and that was the first time. So the story basically comes from I have this plastic bag of my mom's favorite cardigan, and I haven't taken it out of the bag for the last 5 years, ever since she passed away, because anytime I do, the smell of her fades a little bit, and so I only take it out when I really feel like I need her. So after the breakup, I was like, I need to open the bag, and so I grabbed it in my closet, I pulled it out, and for the first time, I put it on. And that's when the poem came to me. I was like, I put on your sweater today. It drapes on me it does it. I put it in the plastic. Oh, I put it in the plastic bag, so the smell of you would stay. And then the whole poem within 2 to 5 minutes was out of my system. And I had the sweater on while I was writing. And then he came over a week later, and I was like, I think I have a song. I'm going to read you the poem. And he just started playing on the guitar. And then I just started with, I put on your sweater today. And then it was just after that, it flew out within an hour. So it was really quick and fast and powerful. And I think when things need to be heard, they come out really quickly. Depending on how badly those words need to be out in the world, it'll just stream out. Because the thing with, I think, writing music and poetry is very similar. It's literally just poetry with a melody. It's how do I say this? When it needs to be heard, I'll go months without writing poetry, and then suddenly I'll write 6 poems in an hour. And so I try, and I think, especially, I don't know if you guys know Elizabeth Gilbert, but she talks about this elusive genius, where is actually takes the pressure. It's when are you going to come visit me? I want to create. Come and join me in this conversation. So I went up when I was about 17, and from there, I just trusted that whenever there was a time where I needed to create something, or there was a time where I needed to say something, it would come and play with me, basically. So, and since then, music's been pumping out of me, and me and Kevin have been working together, because there's just so much, I think, that people have to say, particularly women right now, because we've been suppressed on so many different levels for quite a while. So it's really beautiful to see, not just in music, but in other avenues. Music is just one place where we can speak our truths. And so that's why I was so excited when you randomly commented on my post, and you were like, hey, we're the only ones in the US. I was like, what? We were looking for you, because weeks before we were like, frick, I wish we could find a nonprofit organization that can be in alignment with this, but I don't know where to look or how to look. And then you guys contacted us, and we were like, oh my God, this is magic. So
I love it. So I don't believe in coincidences, but I think it was a coincidence, serendipitous, whatever you want to call it, that our paths crossed. And I love your bravery, Alexis, for creating new artistic ways, like you said, being creative in order to keep your mom's memory alive. I just think that's so beautiful and amazing. And I want to ask, what else do you feel that you do to carry your mom's memory? I know that through poetry and through this beautiful music that you've been doing, But what else do you do, and even on a daily basis, to keep your mom's memory alive? And how else do you carry her with you?
Well, she was my first teacher. She was my first teacher about love. Like, she taught me what love is. So my everyday promise to her, and then therefore myself, is to just keep my heart open no matter what. And that's a really hard thing to do, especially with what's going on in the world and how easy it is to just feel like the world is against you. To keep your heart open is it's my message to her that's always inside of me. So no matter how victimized I feel in certain situations, I can always revert back to, as long as my heart is open, everything will be okay, because that is the way that we all should be living at this point with our evolution.
It's so true. I couldn't agree more. And as difficult as it can be, no matter what, it's really kind of putting one foot in front of the other, and looking at the positives of all the things that we have learned from our moms. So Alexis, one thing that you say that I love is that when you lost your mom when you were 17, you feel like even though your mom passed away, you felt like your life started in a way. Would you mind elaborating on that a little bit more, and maybe sharing kind of more about your mother loss journey during that really difficult time?
Yeah, I mean, it's really weird, and I think a lot of the girls on here are going to understand. It's really weird to be hit with death at such a young age. Like, you don't, like, death feels like this imaginary thing that you're going to eventually understand on a deeper level, but then it just happens so deeply all of a sudden. And then it almost triggers, for me, it triggered like an existential crisis. I was like, what am I doing? Like, what are we doing? What is the point of this? What, like, all of these problems that I had at 17, they weren't freaking problems. As soon as my mom got sick, I had no problems except her. Like, that was the only thing I was focused on. And so what I mean by, like, your end is my beginning was basically like, I understood life on a deeper level because you left. And I always say to girls, I'm like, you have two choices, right? You can self-destruct, or you can accept that you're living for two heartbeats now. And so it's like that path. And like, my little sister, she was 14 when my mom passed away, so that was really, really hard for her. And like, she went down like a not so good road. And then my older sister, like, we all handled the grief differently. And for me, being an artist, I just wanted to put it into everything I do. Like, anything new that I started artistically, I wanted to dedicate something to her. So when I was on Dancing with the Stars, the only reason I went on Dancing with the Stars was because it's her favorite show. At first, I was like, why would I ever go on that show? And then I was like, oh, okay, cool, it's her favorite show. I have a story, cool. I always ask the why. I'm like, why are we doing this? There has to be always like a why. Otherwise, what's the point? And now when I'm starting this music journey, I was like, this is perfect. Not only can I connect to a bunch of girls on an even deeper level, but I can give them something that they can sing in the car, the lyrics to their core. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like our pain is the thing that connects us deeply the most. And so if I can interpret my pain into art, then I'm not only letting others be heard, but I'm healing them in the process.
So great. Well, I think we waited long enough. We would love to see your first song, Come Back, if you're ready.
Yeah.
And we all brought some fun. I'm glad they're dancing around because we're that much excited. So we are
so cute. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Whenever you are ready, and then after that, we'll ask you just a couple of more questions, if that's okay, and then we can jump into your next song. And then Kara's going to end us with a beautiful candlelight tribute, if you want to partake in that with us. So.
Yeah. Do we have a candle? Sure, yeah. We have actually a huge candle. That one is like this big. We'll be like, oh, huge candle. Okay. So this is Come Back. This is a song. It's up on YouTube right now. So many beautiful girls like contributed their stories for this video. So if you want to shed a tear, you can go watch it.
And it comes out tonight at midnight.
Yeah, on Spotify.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. I guess everywhere. You're not here, and I can't stand that you're not coming back. I read all your letters today. Brush my fingers over where you wrote your name. The tears drip down my face. I tried to catch them all before they hit the page. You couldn't take my pain away, but you knew you were my favorite way to end the day. You have to feel your heart beating, tell me everything is temporary. Can you hear me? Are you listening? Can you hear me? All these perfect memories put my heart to yesterday. Even if you come back, you can't help me find my path. All this left inside of me are memories of your laugh. You're not here and I can't stand that you're not coming back. Can you hear me? Are you listening? Can you hear me? Are you listening? Can you hear me? Are you listening? Can you hear me? All these perfect memories of my heart still yesterday. Even if you come back, you can't help me find my path. All that's left inside of me are memories of your laugh. You're not here and I can't stand that you're not coming back. Didn't cut out during it. Watch it like just completely
No,
cut out.
completely stop.
It's okay. Do it again if it doesn't work. No. Did it work? I don't know.
Amazing. Yay!
Yeah. I always get like emotional whenever I sing it. Especially like it being Mother's Day tomorrow and it's like Mother's Day Eve. It's like,
Oh, I'm full sniffles. I'm trying to keep my cool, but we heard so many amazing stories earlier, and now to end it with this, I'm like hanging in there right now. So.
Oh, well, you're glowing. So you're definitely living your purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, Alexis, wow, that was so incredible and so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us. It means so much to us. We've had a few of our beautiful and brave souls submit some questions for you. So our own Lena Welch actually had a great question. So Lena, why don't you take it from here?
Hi, Alexis. I'm so excited to be talking to you. You're absolutely amazing. My question for you is, what's the most rewarding thing about being in a position where there's so many girls looking up to you and you're such a role model to so many girls?
Oh my God. I mean, it's my favorite thing in the world is when they start stepping into their own light, because like I always say, like the best leader is a leader that takes you by the hand and walks side by side with you and not in front of you. It doesn't lead you, but walks next to you, right? So like that's how I visualize who I am for these girls. Like I just want to walk next to you, and like if you need advice, like I'm here, but like I'm not above you, I'm not below you. We're equals always. And like it's just the best thing in the world to see like girls be like, I started working out consistently because I wanted to start treating my body how it deserves, and it's a temple, and I understand that now. And I'm like, yes, like, you know, workout isn't a punishment. And they're like, I started poetry and it's helping me so much heal. And I'm like, yes, like you're speaking your truth. And it's like there's so many avenues of self-care, and it's the most beautiful thing in the world to see that, because it's like a ripple effect, right? Like you throw a stone in a pond and it ripples. And like that's what I see with you guys. So it's like, for me, just hearing the stories, like I think we're all naturally just storytellers, and that's what we are at the end of the day. We're creators and storytellers. So to hear what you guys create off of your life and the narrative that you choose for your life, because right, our lives are just stories that we tell. It's really beautiful to see you guys start to be creative with it and like choose to step into your power, even when, you know, something suckish happens and you feel like, why did that happen? I thought I was stepping into my light. But it's just an opportunity to once again reflect what is your light and what's not. And it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with just the acceptance that we're the light coming out and anything else is just batting off of us. So it's like, it's just so cool to see you guys grow. That's my favorite part. It was a long answer, but I answered your question.
I love that. I do your ag routine every single day going along with that.
Yeah, all my friends who do it every morning, and it's so funny. I like walk out and I'm like, who is this bitch that's like on the TV? It's so great. Hey, that's awesome. Congrats, girls, for taking care of yourself during this time.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Next
Oh, you're
question.
muted. I was like, I swear I could see her lips talking.
Doing it no matter what. So Jade's going to introduce our next. We have someone that wants to ask a question, so Jade's going to introduce them.
Cool.
Jade, you're muted.
The technology today has really just been great. So, again, Alexis, thank you so much. Like everything, you know, you said, I really think was so powerful and it's so beautiful and resonates with the girls, especially, you know, that part about you can self-destruct, you can carry 2 heartbeats. So thank you so much for sharing that. You know, we're going to actually throw it out to a girl in the audience. Her name's Ashley Ford, and she has a question for you.
Come on, Ashley. Get your butt up here. You got her? All right.
Hello.
I live with you. Oh, Ashley, hi. I can hear you.
Hi. Your song was amazing. Thank you. And my question for you is, how did you become such a...
Sorry, a little bit. What did you...
Oh, sorry. My question for you is, how did you become such a confident and independent woman without having that guidance from your mom?
That's a hard question to answer. I learned the hard way. I did. Like, I didn't have a mother figure, and so like I instantly like dove into the Hollywood industry, and that was really scary because like my whole thought process coming off of having such a loving mom was like, everyone's just here for everyone's intentions. It's gonna be great, and we're all gonna grow together. And then Hollywood was like, ha ha. And so I learned the hard way, but it was a choice, right? Like every time, and this is like my friend says it beautifully. He says, destiny is placed upon rock bottom. And I think that's so true. Like every time I hit rock bottom, I'm like, oh, there's going to be a new path coming up. But I don't know where it's coming from, but it's coming. And so it's like, it's almost like a sign for me now when something really bad happens, and I don't have my mom to talk to. All I think is like, okay, well, she left me here, and I'm her. So I'm just going to like sit here and figure out why this happened, because when you have the belief that everything is in your favor, then it's so easy to see the positive, right? Because then you're just like, you're like looking for where this is better for you and how it's like, what's that saying, Kevin? It's like, you want to make God laugh, tell him your plan. Basically. So it's like you have this goal, right, for your life. You have this vision of your life. Then what I don't think a lot of people say, and what I like to tell myself is like, then let it go, because you have no idea how you're going to get there. And I was really lucky with my mom specifically because she taught me, I was homeschooled, and so I was with her a lot, and she taught me a lot about like manifestation and what energy actually means on a scientific level. So I was brought up early in that knowledge and wisdom, but then when she passed, I forgot it all because I was like, I want nothing that reminds me of her. And then as soon as I neglected those beliefs, that's when things started to tumble. But what was so amazing is that, and this is whenever people are like, oh my God, like you're doing so well. I'm like, well, it's nothing without the people around me. Like I've managed to manifest so many godmothers in my life that my mom would have loved. Like I know someone's like going to stay in my life when I just visualize my mom meeting them and just loving them and wanting to adopt them into my family. So she's kind of like my moral compass in that sense. Like I'll just envision her in certain places, and I talk to her a lot. Like I think a lot of people, I think what we have is really special because if you lost your mom, you have an opportunity to not just like talk to yourself in a room, but you can actually talk to your mom. And so you have like access to like whatever is above us easier and like less weird because you're like, well, I'm not talking to myself, like I'm talking to mom. And so I started doing that a lot. And like even here, when I wrote this song, my sister's boyfriend, Daniel, had a shrine for his father because his father passed away 3 years ago. And I was like, I want to do that. Like, I should have a corner, like kind of like a meditation corner, but it's like picture of her and candles, and I can sit there and I can pray and I can talk to her and ask her questions, and I'll have a notepad and I'll write down her answers, right? Because it's like usually you can start to download that type of wisdom once you just sit in stillness long enough, which is what I've been able to do, which is really great. I don't know where it's coming from, but it feels like her, and so I trust that. Because we don't know what's really out there. And all we can do is like believe in something. And I believe in my mom, and I believe that she's still here in some way. So I started talking to her a lot, and I built this little shrine for her. And so yeah, she's kind of like my guide still. People are like, oh, what do you do without a mom? I'm like, well, I still talk to her. Like she's still here. Like I have to keep her memory alive. Like I have to. And she's a part of me. Like her heart is my heart. I wouldn't have been able to grow this quickly and expand this much to be able to be this person for you guys or my family if it wasn't for her leaving me. Another thing that me and Daniel said the other night, actually, we said, if you leave a lesson, you make a hero in life. And so because my mom left a lesson for me, like I'm becoming a hero in that way. And like we all can be heroes. That to me is like inevitable, and we all eventually will be. So it's like teaching everyone. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course, girl.
Alexis, such a beautiful response. Thank you so much. So I just want to ask you one more question, and then I know you're going to continue your talent and sing another beautiful song that you have. So if you don't mind just sharing, I think it would be really powerful for the girls. You know, it's a difficult weekend, and I know you've touched upon this, but how do you power through your grief, and how are you handling, you know, this weekend?
I've been emotional. This is when I constantly remind myself that it's okay. Ooh, wow. It's okay and it's okay and necessary to feel all these emotions. So like I cried this morning, I cried last night. Like I've just been letting myself cry, whether it was be with people. Like I'm just letting it out because I don't want to keep it inside anymore. I think we do that as a society too much, and especially when these times comes around. And I think it was a full moon as well. So just magnetically, I speak off of science, not spirituality, but I think it's both. There is like a slight pull in our energy field. So I've just been like, okay, I'm sad today, and then I'll just be sad. And I would say I'm like half the struggle is struggle not to struggle. But as soon as you just let yourself struggle, you're like good, and you're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. And then I watched Gilmore Girls after, and I was sad. You know, like it doesn't have to be this like huge thing. We prolong the pain, if that makes sense, because we're not willing to just sit there and feel it in the moment. So I've just been letting myself like feel it in each moment. And I think tomorrow I'm gonna go out into nature and bring my notebook and just like sit there for like hours and just talk to my mom. Because I think all of us, because we all have our energy directed towards our mothers right now, it's like opening that door. So we'll actually be able to like eat into their wherever they are for a little bit, because it'll be stronger. I hope that doesn't sound too woo, but it's true. But yeah.
That was great. Thank you so much. And, you know, just being able to share your personal story, I think it's so helpful for all of the girls here. And, you know, we would love to hear the other song that you have for us. So whenever you're ready, I know I just gave you a question that was talking about emotions, but, you know, whenever you're ready, we're so excited.
You think the other song's not emotional? Please, please. It's not emotional. I am just emotions. That's all I am. What do you think? So this song, it's called Break Me. And I wrote this song because I was going through the breakup, as you guys know, and I always feel whenever a breakup happens, it's really easy to play victim mode. And I wanted to write a song that put the yes, spoke about the pain and spoke about that I don't really understand, but also knowing that I have enough trust in myself that it doesn't matter what happens between me and that person. What only matters is that I'm still on my path, and that's cool. That's good with me. But there's you want to record it? Funny how you do your way, but still have that message. Make me good at being broken. Praise me, I'm not the one you've chosen. God is coming, but I will be open to love. Make me, I'm good at being broken. I wish you would have followed the way you said you, but I'm honest, I forgive you. Now I'm moving on to you. I wish you would have followed the way you said you, but I don't know that you did, so I'm moving on to you. Make me, I'm good at being broken. Praise me, I'm not the one you've chosen. God is coming, but I wish you hope and for love. Make me, I'm good at being broken. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Such a sad song too. It's like can't get away from the emotions today.
Oh my God, you have the voice of an angel. It was so
No, it was so funny because we were doing this cover of a Post Malone song for this commercial thing, and we were like, we want my voice to sound like super like rock starry, and I started to sing it, and we heard it for the first time, and I was like, how? And I looked, and I just like sat there after I listened to it, and I was like, how can we make Ariel sound like a rock star? Because it was like so like he had to like put like so many different like things just to make it sound.
I had to run her voice through guitar pedals to make it sound.
Because it was like too pretty, and we were like, it's too pretty.
Well, it sounded so good, and Kevin, you're so talented too, and the guitar, and Alexis' voice, and Kevin, your voice, it all just comes together so beautifully. So
he's an insane musician, by the way, like insane.
Oh my gosh, I bet. Well, don't tell us that. We're going to keep knocking at your door, you guys.
We're out here.
We're out here.
We love you guys. We're here to support.
Here to support. Come play with us in the gym.
Well, we love you, and we have a couple more things. So I do just want to call out someone who's on watching right now who loves you, and her name is Emma, and she won our prize, which is, Alexis, your mask, rose gold mask. We reached out to Sonia Decor ourselves, and we said we have to award one of our lovely people on this call today with one of your favorite bands. So we did that. So Emma W., congratulations. We'll be in touch with you so you can try your new mask. So that's number one, and then I'm saving something. I'm not going to say the best for last because we're all great, but I'm gonna introduce Cara Belvin. Cara Belvin, I told you, Alexis, on the phone already, is our amazing founder, and she created all of this, and she brought us all together. So Cara, hi. Meet Alexis, and Cara, I can't wait for us to do this candlelit ceremony.
I know. So Alexis, I'm so excited to meet you. I'm like forever grateful to you.
It's sad that we're just now meeting each other. I feel like I know you from. Yeah.
I know. Well, like, you're a gem, and I mean, I know this, and I've said this all day, like at the retreat, I've said, you know, your mom is so proud of you. You know, I'm a mom. I know what it is to, you know, have, like, you know, to just only want the best for your children, and you have made your mom proud, and I hope you never ever question that at all. But and we're really proud to partner with you because you can speak out and you can talk really bravely about something really hard. And I think that I think that you're going to help a lot of girls talk about really hard things. So thank you. Thank you for that. So yeah, so Anne Marie, is this the part in the night where we actually sort of do a send off and we sort of pay tribute to our moms?
Yeah, so I think it's been a long but amazing day for all of us, and I can't imagine ending the night with Alexis' beautiful talent in songs. And tomorrow morning we also have a plan that I know I may shed a few tears tomorrow. Today's been amazing, and I think the best way to end it is to do a tribute in memory of all of our moms. And Alexis is in Hawaii right now, and she's wearing our shirt. I'm in LA. A lot of you ladies are in Boston, and we're from everywhere. So I think doing a nice tribute candle all together would really just be magical and build community.
All right, so Alexis, do you have a candle? Because I have a candle.
I'm going to dim my lights a little.
Yeah, let's just dim our lights. So Alexis, this is what we're going to do, right? So my mom died, my God, 30 years ago. My mom was 37. She died of cancer as well. And so, and even though it's been such a long time since my mom died, I think about her every day, and I live her legacy, and as I know you will. So here's our way of sort of paying tribute to not only my mom and your mom and the girls' moms who are here, but really any mom who just, you know, who wanted for you to live a beautiful life. So it's Mother's Day. We know it's hard. Every day it might be hard. So what I want to do is I want to say thank you to you for doing this with empowerHER and just for being a part of our community. And so why don't you go ahead? Why don't, Alexis, you light your candle. Why don't you tell us your mom's name? And then after you do that, let me light my candle, and any of the other chaperones on, and anyone at home can do so. And then we say good night until tomorrow. So Alexis, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, say her name.
Yeah.
Okay. This is for Cynthia.
Love it. Okay. Okay. So my mom's name was Kit Murphy.
Up next, this is for my mom, Anita. Sorry. Hey, Sarah.
For my mom, Candy. Little flame.
Sam.
So I don't have a real candle. It's an electronic one, but it still works. My mom's name was Anne Marie.
Oh.
It's not a coincidence, Sam.
I know it's not. I know it's not.
Molly.
My mom's name was Linda. If I can get the mask to go. There we go.
Jade.
So I have lit 3 wicks in this candle for my mother, Lori, and the 3 wicks represent her daughter she left behind, Leah, Jade, and Ashley.
Beautiful. Ayla.
Hi everyone. I'm lighting this for my mom, Eileen, and I'm also here with one of my best friends, Shayna, who's going to light one for her mom too. This is for my mom, Kimberly.
And Leah.
And I'm lighting a candle for my mom, Lori, as well. And Jade's my sister. So.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
No, you're crying.
Thank you all. That was so beautiful.
Happy Mother's Day to all of you.
Happy Mother's Day.
And girls are strong and empowering and inspiring. Oh my God.
So amazing.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
So,
Happy Mother's Day.
Anne-Marie, can I end with our mantra?
Yes.
All right, so I'll end with our mantra. It's Saturday night. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. Anne-Marie called this the Mother's Day Eve concert. So, Alexis, this might have to be an annual thing. So, Mother's Day Eve, in honor of our mothers everywhere, thank you all. And to my mom, Kit, who inspired me to start a group for girls like us, I just want to say thanks for being together, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning for Mother's Day. And in empowerHER's words, I'm going to leave you with our mantra. 3 things that you need to know. Girls everywhere need to know. Your feelings are a gift. It's okay to ask for help. And what's the last one that I always forget?
Hold on.
So it's your feelings are if you're enough, and it's okay to ask for help.
That's it. It's okay to ask for help. And a lot of us don't know that. So it's okay to ask for help. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of this and for honoring your beautiful moms. And we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Thank you all. You're so strong. Thank you, Alexis.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow for more exciting sessions starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.